Randall Mario Poffo, or Randy Savage as he's better known, started his career as a wrestler in 1973. Nothing too major, but in 1985 he signed with the WWF, and with his wife and manager Miss Elizabeth by his side, he became known as the Macho Man. Welcome to the 13th episode of Drunk Powerscaling, the show where I hungoverly powerscale my favourite characters.
That was pathetic.
One of the original major bad guys in the industry, his popularity did nothing but rise, to the point where during a match one day, he was ambushed by the Hart Foundation. But after Hulk Hogan came to his rescue, everything changed, and they became brothers. Well, that is until Hulk stole his manager and they became enemies, but that's a story for another day. Their rivalry became legendary, but to compete with wrestlers like Hogan, Macho Man needed some killer moves. Now, for the sake of this video, we will of course be compositing across all games and crossovers he's taken part in, just like Death Battle did. This may sound a bit off, but one, it's a lot more enjoyable that way, and two, wrestlers are known for being a bit out there with their lore. For starters, Randy has the self-proclaimed title of Cream of the Crop, and always carries cream with him that he can conjure out of thin air, which likely gives him a small buff. Eventually, Randy went from the Macho Man to the Macho King, and was granted the Golden Scepter, an efficient melee weapon. He has access to a multitude of wrestling weapons, and his signature moves, like the rising elbow drop that can bring people back from the dead, airplane spin, atomic drop, back elbow, chokehold, crossbody, diving double axe handle, gut wrench suplex, hair pull hangman, high knee, jumping knee drop, lariat takedown, elbow smash, pile driver, scoop slam, sleeper hold, snake eyes, snapmare, super back suplex, and vertical suplex. In games like WWE Immortals, his attacks are all enhanced by magic, where he gains some new moves like Macho Drop, Scepter Smash, Chain Toss, and an enhanced version of the elbow drop. He can also teleport and shapeshift into inanimate objects, and can even hypnotize you, and for some reason turn his fingers into snakes. We of course can't forget about Randy's iconic partnering with Slim Jims, giving him access to new abilities like explosions and weather manipulation. He even made an appearance in Brawlhalla, where he picked up some nifty weapons like the Macho King axe, that allows him to summon and dual-wield a folding chair. Then there's the oh yeah, Randy's Rocket Lance. I bet you didn't know about most of these, so I hope you learned something. Now, to compete in the WWF and WCW, you have to have some power behind you. So let's go over just how strong Randy is.
About it, yeah, you mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
He's ripped himself out of a straitjacket. He should be able to scale to Rey Mysterio, who created this explosion, and The Rock, who did this. You could argue he scales to Bill Goldberg, who moved the Rocky Mountains with a single arm, as well as performed a slam that was a 10 on the Richter scale. Being partnered with and rivals with Hulk Hogan for so long, scaling to him makes sense, and he created this moon-level explosion. Hulk Hogan also became a constellation stated to be one of the two most powerful beings in the universe. This could imply AP within the star levels of power. And remember, this is WWE lore, so just stretch your imagination with what's canon. Now, this one's a bit iffy, but he guest acted in Dexter's Laboratory, where Randy played Razzle, who can destroy a planet, but given this is Randy voice acting someone, I don't know if this is valid. In Brawlhalla, he defeated Lord Vrax, who can destroy a planet. For more proof for star level, Artemis ripped out the core of one, and Orgrim did the same, two characters Randy has defeated in Brawlhalla canon. Kane once fought The Undertaker and Paul Bearer whilst in possession of books. Sounds like nothing until you realise that 3 of these books can literally reshape our universe, and being equal to a third of that power would put Kane and anyone who scales like Randy at multi-galaxy level. If you want to get super nutty, Matt Hardy possesses the power of his own universe, and has been stated as being able to destroy one, and you could argue that Randy scales. Brawlhalla's Petra can take the power of the Dark Half, the most powerful weapon in the multiverse, so strong that the gods of that verse sealed it in an extra dimension, so you could argue this as Uni Plus. So with all that being laid out, at bare minimum, the Artemis scaling seems more than okay, being at large star. The universal stuff is a bit too much in my opinion, since we can't say for certain Randy scales, and the multi-galaxy stuff is also a bit iffy, since we don't know what a single book is capable of, only that combined they're universal. So large star, multi-galaxy, or universal plus, take your pick.
Pick up the temple? Yeah! Step into a Slim Jim! Tear to the spice! That beefy juicy taste!
That's Mr. Savage.
How about the funky chicken?
Is that a wolf?
Oh, yeah! You know excitement? Step into a Slim Jim!
For speed, besides just being able to dodge punches and kicks, he scales to Alberto Del Rio, who once punched Coffee into space in just a few seconds. We scale him to Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior fighting as Constellations, then we can place him at massively hypersonic plus, given the average speed of a moving star. He has defeated Val, who has quicker than light cognition, and as Razzler, he defeated Major Glory, who can run 500 laps around the Earth in 2 seconds. And the Ultimate Warrior can create after images, and his soul flew across the galaxy. Brawlhalla's Artemis can fly through the universe. Hell, characters like Onyx can escape 4th dimensional spaces by flying, this being immeasurable. With all that being said, being able to react to Artemis places Randy in the MFTL plus ranges of speed, with possible immeasurable scaling, but I'm not confident in that last one. Now, let's find out how durable he is. He's taken blows from not Spider-Man and a multitude of wrestlers like The Rock and Rey Mysterio in the games. This includes The Undertaker, being able to survive hellfire and supernatural creatures, plus the Ultimate Warrior surviving a plane crash and atmospheric re-entry. This also includes Hulk Hogan's moon level might, and as mentioned earlier, he's taken blows from planet level Lord Vrax, as well as Artemis' large star levels of power. Speaking of Artemis, she can tank solar systems, and you could argue for multi-galaxy by potentially being on par with one of these books. But I'm not going to bother with the universal stuff since it is questionable given nothing else in the verse comes close. So we can say Randy has solar system to multi-galaxy levels of toughness, since scaling him to the Uni Plus stuff earlier only really works for AP, since Petra specifically absorbed and controlled that power, and doesn't use it in regular gameplay anyways. Remember, absorption does not equal tanking. This was interesting. Maybe I'll do something like this again for another iconic wrestler someday, because man, the lore and crossovers get really nutty. So, I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, and as always, be excellent to each other.
Oh, yeah! Same time next week.
Oh yeah.